SC360 gets up and goes. I can see why you chose this one over the 2340s. Very nicely done. Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. Well, I'm in the suburbs of Detroit at an American Motors Corporation show, and I met Ken Martin, and this is a car I've been waiting for a while because it's very special. Ken, what year, make, and model is this one?
This is a 1971 AMC Hornet SC360.
And this is the original owner, and he's going to tell you the story of this survivor car. So come on over, Ken. Let's take a look at our featured attraction. Step right next to me and tell me, as we feature the Green Hornet, about this car. So you were working for AMC in the parts department.
Right. I was a industrial cooperative training student. I worked half a day and went to school half a day. And worked for Mossman Auto Sales in Killeen, Texas. And getting ready to graduate from high school, and my mom and dad said they would buy me a car.
Is that right?
And this is what I wound up with after test driving a 340 Roadrunner and 340 Dart. We had a factory rep car at the dealership. There was a 2-barrel 3-speed that I test drove, and it was hands down, the Hornet was head and shoulders above the Roadrunner and the Dart. So
that sealed the deal.
Yeah, that sealed the deal, and we special ordered it in January of '71. The car was built in February of '71.
Yeah.
Shortly after we placed the order, the dealer got a letter from the zone office saying that they weren't accepting orders for SC360 Hornets anymore. So we were kind of
just under the wire.
We were, wondering if it would show up, and lo and behold, it showed up.
And here it is. Now, a couple of things. It's first of all, it's a survivor. This stripe was actually white, and you can see that underneath it. Tell me what you did here. You painted over it in gold.
Yeah, a buddy of mine.
See the white underneath it. Go ahead.
Also in industrial cooperative training. He was a paint student.
Got it.
And it was his idea to...
the paint student had an idea. I see what happened. Go ahead.
Yeah, he says, let's put some brass dust and clear lacquer and spray it over that white stripe. And miraculously, it turned out really good. Over the years, a few parts of it have flaked off. I left it outside in an ice storm in Texas, and this big chunk on the side
came off. Is this your gas cap?
Yep, that's a locking gas cap.
Oh, so the lock goes like that. Okay, we'll close that.
Yeah, that's
cool. Let's open the trunk, shall we?
Okay. Yeah, that's let me get the key.
Sure. While you're doing that, I'll just feature the back of your Hornet.
These dents that are in the trunk?
Yeah.
Those came from the driver dropping the chain off of the delivery truck.
There you go. So those are original dents from the original driver of the truck who brought this in.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they talked me out of having them fixed.
Well, it's only original once. Tell me about the Texas plate.
Well, I was going to Sam Houston State University.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine had a friend at the license plate department.
Mm-hmm.
And they saved up until this plate became available and called me to come down and get it.
With the 360.
With the 360 on it. And I always said it was Martin's Hornet X.
Nice. Martin's Hornet X. All right, we'll close that. May I open it?
Sure.
Thank you. So how many 360s have you seen?
In my lifetime, actually looking for them in person, I've only seen 9. And I have owned 2 of them.
9, and you've had 2. This is my first time seeing an SC360, although knowing it was out there and waiting for that moment that you see here. And although we're at a show, I suggested to Ken, let's do this video right, make sure we get a ride and everything else. Now, an interesting story with these rims too. They didn't exactly come chrome. What happened here?
Well, I got a scratch in one of the spokes.
Yeah.
And I'm going, geez, that looks like chrome under there. So I took a little scraper and I scraped, and sure enough, there was chrome under there. So I got to work and scratched all the spoke paint off of it. They were argent glitter paint, like you see in
here, right?
Like that. And so I do one side and I go to the other side and I get started, and lo and behold, there's no chrome on the two wheels on the other side.
So you chromed them out. Got it. Now, did they make a 4-speed?
Yes.
SC360.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying, this is my mom and dad got this for me for my high school graduation, but they made me pay for all of the options.
Oh, okay.
Except for the automatic transmission. I wanted a 4-speed, and my dad says, nope, that's not happening. I'm paying for the automatic transmission. And at this point in my life, I'm glad
that's not a bad idea.
Out.
Does these seats fold backwards too?
Yeah, they're reclining.
Show me how that works.
Mm-hmm.
They had that big, like so. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, these were Ramblers. AMCs were always famous for their reclining seats, and dads not wanting their daughters to go to the movies with those things.
All right, let's open up the hood, shall we? Is this hood scoop functional?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
As a part of the Go package, there was two versions of the SC360. There was a 2-barrel, and then there was the 4-barrel Go pack. And with the Go pack, you got the functional ram air hood, tachometer, and I forget what all was included.
So there's
suspension.
There's your actual hood. And this has the 4-barrel then?
Yes, it does.
And what do we have here?
That's a emissions canister.
Got it.
That's evaporative emissions canister. That's about the only emissions feature
on this car.
71.
And if you kind of pay attention, if I can get the camera in there, hoping that we can see it right there. There we go. And it looks like we put a little air conditioning on this one.
Yeah, originally when I ordered it, it didn't have air conditioning, power brakes, or power steering. And that other SC360 that I had did. Well, the air conditioner was a factory kit. They came into the plant in a box, and then they put them into the cars as they were building them. And at the end of the production years, AMC would put them on a closeout. I think I paid about $75 for the air conditioning.
Yeah, the cheapest air conditioning factory setup.
Yeah, and I put it all in myself. One thing that isn't correct on this car on the interior is the package tray.
Okay.
That's actually a 72 model package tray because it has the round outlets. You get airflow through those. The original one just had little flap up doors, and they just didn't flow any air.
Good news for you. I am not a judge, and I don't care. I think I'm just excited about your car. Let's start this. Let's start this. I know
that's not original.
Yeah, I got it. The somebody who has an opinion, we want to make sure we know. Let's fire it up, shall we?
Okay.
This is great.
Yeah, you'll see the hood function.
Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to that.
There's a little bit of story to that too. Because it is kind of noisy to function there.
Oh yeah, that is noisy. One more time. Oh yeah. Ram air.
Well, it was a heat-soaked start. That's why it was so hard to start.
Like that. Step on the brakes for me if you would, Ken. Beautiful. Dual exhaust or single?
Dual.
Is that from the factory?
Yeah, that's part of the Go package.
Okay, let me just listen to it idle for a second. Oh yeah, Ken. You put the baby to sleep on that one. All right, go ahead, give it a rev.
Oh, I thought you said put it to sleep.
No, I've said it'll put the baby to sleep on this one. Go ahead, give it a rev. One more good one. Very nice. Ken, I think we need to take it for a ride.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hop in.
Just getting ready for the ride. Tell me one other thing about the back of the car.
Well, the red panel between the taillights is unique to the SC360.
This here. Got it.
And the gas cap is it's an original style gas cap, but this one is actually a locking cap. That was a dealer accessory.
Nice. Well, let's get in and take it for a ride. Little shag carpeting back there like you used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
What?
Kept that panel out of the sun. It should be in good shape underneath.
I want to feature one other thing on. I don't know if I got it. Right there over the... You've got the word shift command. I'm just going to put my hand back there. Shift command. And tell me about that.
Well, it truly is shift command, because when you pull the lever down into one, it'll stay in one until
That's it.
That's it. And same thing with two. You put it in two, it's in second gear until you shift it into drive, and that's when you get your third gear.
There you go.
The 1-2 shift is pretty instantaneous, but there's about a 500 RPM delay from second to third.
Okay.
But when it makes the shift, you notice it in your neck.
You'll feel it.
Yeah.
You notice it in your neck. Let's take it for a ride.
Okay.
You'll notice it in your neck. That's great. The color-coded interior, as you see.
Yeah, it's one of the things I really miss about cars today is all you get is black with gray.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you find a brown once in a while. A green interior, red interior, man, they're hard to find.
So being someone we'll go this way. So being someone who's had this car this long, you must have a few surprise stories as far as people not knowing what an SC360 is coming up alongside you for a little excitement. Tell me some of those stories.
Well, first day I had it, Volkswagen Beetle pulls up next to me. This is in Killeen, Texas, where Fort Hood is. A lot of GIs. Oh, they're wampa wampa wampa, and I'm kind of laughing to myself. And of course, it was no problem. I mean, I wasn't even out of first gear, and he was taillight city.
Now, I'm sure there was a few more bigger than a Beetle. What else have you surprised?
Well, there was a fella that had an SS 396 Chevelle.
Okay, now we're talking.
He just kept after me, wanting to race. So we took it out one night and lined him up, and I told him, I says, I don't want you saying I jumped the start or anything. You just take off whenever you're ready, and I'll go off at your move. And first gear, I had him by about a car length, and that's where we stayed for the rest of the run.
Very nicely done. Anything else? The 396, okay, that's respectable.
Well, there was a 390 Fairlane.
Okay.
Same kind of story. Guy
Sure.
just kept after me, gotta race.
Kept after me.
So gave him the same story, you take off and I'll leave on you. And same thing. Jumped him a car length out of first gear and just held it there.
Nice. Let me just show where we're at. This looks beautiful here. Look at this. The tree-lined street here as we're driving through suburban.
My buddy Jim Forrest, he had a 401 Matador Coupe,
Yeah.
74. And same thing with him, he had to race. We went out and jumped him a car length out of the hole too. But this thing used to have a really killer hole shot to it. I had some Goodyear Rally GTs on there. They
Yeah.
wouldn't last but about 10,000 miles, but they sure did hook up good.
What a beautiful area. Well, this is so much fun to oh, that sounds good. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love these mufflers.
Yeah.
And they're stock.
Yeah, this sounds good. Well, I'll tell you that your car has not disappointed me. I've been waiting for a SC 360. What was the SC stand for?
Super Coupe?
Super Coupe? All right.
I don't really know for
All right.
sure.
Somebody can maybe give us a hint or give us. But clearly, it was. There was no question. The big deal was the 360, so to speak, on it. Well, let me
Yeah, and there, there was a 2-barrel version also.
Yeah. I did not know that. Well, you very rarely see them. So there's a 2-barrel version. We've got the 4-barrel version. There's a 4-speed. There's an automatic, and we've got the 4-barrel automatic. Take a look at this road. How nice is this cruise?
I was telling you, I had to give up a day of water skiing on glass to come to the show today. I guess it was worth it.
Yeah, I think we had enough fun. We definitely had some fun together. Well, that said, what a great time. What a great car. So glad to finally find the SC360 Hornet, as well as the original owner was an added bonus. So much fun. Thanks so much for being on my car story.
Well, you're welcome. I've only seen 9 of these in my entire life.
Is that right?
In person.
In person.
In person.
And
And I own 2 of them.
Here's one of 9. Thanks, guys.